What was okay 10 years ago, but isn't today? Naming your child Alexa. Alexa, 33. Here, I tell people that Amazon named the device after me because I know everything. It stopped being funny years ago, and I don't even like saying it, but that's showbiz baby. It stopped being funny years ago, and I don't even like saying it. This is so sad. Alexa, play Despacito. Nickelodeon. The Amanda Show was my favorite thing in the world as a kid. I remember waiting for my slower computer to load the website that Penelope Tate always talked about. Edit. Okay. Yes, I know it's taint. I watched the documentary, but ya know what? For 27 years I thought it was Tate, so I'm leaving it LMAO. That and Drake and Josh was my favorite show. I still watched it until now. I love Drake and Josh. I still quote I ain't calling you a truther. LMAO. Have a nice day. Don't tell me what to do. His interactions with that delivery guy were hilarious. The name Karen was just a vanilla white girl name. I have 3 Karens in my close circle. Literally their names, not their personalities. My daughter is 7 and thinks it is hilarious. She calls them Sweet Auntie Karen, Pretty Karen, and Work Karen. She always corrects me if I just say Karen. I feel bad for that Aunt Pretty Karen. Have I introduced you to my friends? All 3 of them are named Karen. So we had to come up with a system. This is Pretty Karen, and these are Splort and Blort. My son is also called Blort. Thinking that 2004 was only 10 years ago, but now it's 20. Don't remind me. My 20-year HS reunion is this year. It won't be long before my 20-year HS reunion will have been 20 years ago. YouTube. I remember the days when the ads were around 5 to 10 seconds long, and they only played like once, usually in the beginning and end of a video. I remember when YouTube didn't have ads. I remember when there was no YouTube. I sent a friend an email with the My Corona video attached and said this is the wave of the future. He replied back 5 megs. Are you crazy? I remember downloading a 30-second sample of a song over my 14.4 laptop modem with AOL dial-up. It took forever. I remember leaving my computer on overnight to download a 20-minute porn video, hoping it might be ready sometime the next day. We are living in a new age. House prices. 2012 my wife and I bought a nice starter house for $200k and our household income was about $75k. We sold it a few years later and make a little money on it, but the people we sold it to just sold it for $450k. Now we each make more than we did together and probably can't afford that house. I feel this. My wife and I bought a house in 2018 for just over $200k with a 4.5% interest rate for a 15-year mortgage. We've been toying with selling and finding a bigger place, but even though we could sell for north of $400k, even moving to a $450k house in a less desirable school district with the interest rates north of 7%, even shifting to a 30-year mortgage effectively doubles our monthly payment, and it's for twice as long. The housing market is absolutely ridiculous. We bought our current house for $250k in 2015. We have a 30-year mortgage with a 3% interest rate. Our house is now worth about $500k. We always joked if our house was worth $400 we would sell, but we would just buy the same house with a higher interest rate. Well, back in the early 2000s. Wait, I'm getting old. It's wild that 10 years ago was 2014. And then one day you'll find 10 years have got behind you. No one told you when to run, you missed the starting gun. So you run. And you run to catch up with the sun. But it's sinking. Posting every photo of a night out on Facebook or social media in general. You got this backwards. Might just be my age group. But my mates, 18 to 29, can't go out without recording every single second. Pictures are much more curated and filtered now though. People used to do massive digital camera dumps and then tag every person in every photo. I almost miss those Sunday morning and tagging binges. I was the friend group's photographer and I got so much enjoyment doing the photo upload and tagging everyone the next day. I miss that //. teaching. I feel this on so many levels. In 2014, I was teaching pre-K. Lived comfortably, had an active social life, and had a great work-life balance. Over the years teaching has gotten harder, the stress more intense, there's less support from admin and parents, and the kids are more violent. I have 2 Bs from being assaulted by students. Teaching is abusive now. I have heard that truancy is also at an all-time high. My school legit takes their parents to court for truancy. It seems to be effective. Well, it's their legal responsibility to make sure the kid is at school. The package of bacon in the back of my fridge. At this point you'd best appease it as to not anger it. An offering must be made. Blood for the blood gods. Skulls for the skull throne. Most fast food. Seriously. Why do they all suck now? I just want Wendy's to be Wendy's. It's a sad, dried out husk of its former self. And McDonald's. It. It's so expensive you might as well go to a real restaurant. Because they want bigger profits and people don't say shit. I'm saying shit. This is me. Saying shit. I'm posting the shit. And also have almost entirely stopped eating fast food. So they aren't getting my money. I know I'm not really making a dent in their profits. But I can't be the only person who hit the tipping point on the scale and said this is too much crap for too much money. Enough people at this point are indeed 86ing the fast food due to cost that companies like McDonald's are complaining about the lack of sales. https://sg news yahoo.com/fast food companies seeing low 100,829,878. Naturally, the customers are to blame for being too poor instead of the fast food chains squeezing them for every penny they can. Going into work sick. People still do it, but post-COVID, it's far less encouraged by workplaces to be openly ill around colleagues. Thank goodness. Ugh, I wish that were true of hospitality and food service. Not only do we get encouraged to work sick, we also don't have regular protections like sick leave or PTO most of the time. People are encouraged to work sick in the hospitality and food service industry. The irony. Honestly, I remember working in McDonald's as a teenager and kept having to go throw up, but was told I had to stay and finish my shift because there has no one to cover me. I got fired from McDonald's for being sick with COVID. Pretending to drink beer from your iPhone. I was at a Zedd concert last year, 2023, and saw someone in front of me playing with the beer drinking app. Really brought me back to 2009. Used to be a lot of great deals, and it was way better than staying in a hotel. Now it's the opposite. Ridiculous fees and expectations and a lot of unnecessary bullshit. A hotel is just so much easier, and you know what to expect. I just like hotel rooms. Seems inferior to have to be in someone's house. Dating websites. Too bad scammers fucked them up. No way. That hot woman is honestly waiting for me at the hotel across town and totally isn't secretly a group of guys waiting to jump me and steal my car. I have been fortunate in love and have never been on a dating site and don't really know anything about the scene other than that it sucks. Is this a thing that happens? Yep. If a woman on a dating app asks to meet you at a hotel, it's 100% a scam. But like most scams, it's incredibly easy to tell that it is one pretty early on. My outlook on how the world will turn out. What a time to be alive. Bumping Gangnam Style. PFFT. The post said 10 years ago, not 3UIDO. Oh my god. And the song was at its peak in 2012. Almost 12 years ago. You just made me cry. Queen Elizabeth II. Netflix password sharing. The Walking Dead. The new spin-off The Ones Who Live is surprisingly good. Didn't like Maggie and Negan's show though. Carrot The Ones Who Live and Daryl are both great. Dead City is meh. Making mistakes in public. Saying something in the heat of the moment. Like that. Phones are whipped out in an instant. Recently went to a friend's daughter's quince. Hardly any of the teenagers were dancing, while the adults were tearing up the floor. Not at all like the quinces I went to as a kid. I think the kids were so scared of being recorded and having something potentially embarrassing posted that they just couldn't enjoy themselves. I was bullied growing up, and the thought of all those kids at the mixer in 8th grade having camera phones and social media makes me shudder. I kinda don't blame the kids, but that's super sad. It's really sad. Super self-conscious teenage me would never been able to enjoy a dance if everyone had a camera in their hand at all times. The state of my health. Coughing to cover a fart in public. Now you need to fart to cover a cough. Underrated comment. You know what was okay? Askreddit awards. And now they're gone. Why would you F an award? Pulling into the wrong driveway on accident. I opened the door to the wrong car recently. Someone was in it, and things did not go to bad. Everyone got confused. I apologized a lot. Things could have gone a different direction fast. I did that too. We both laughed. My wife was parked next to the woman, and had a similar car, so I ran back. After a bit we both rolled down windows, and exchanged a lot of relief regarding it. Glad some people can still have a laugh over simple mistakes like this. The amount of times per day one was exposed to the name Trump. Just last night I told my husband that we have literally heard the name Trump every single goddamn day for 8 years. 8 years. He's replaced the game. Inappropriate PSN names. My friend made an account called AwesomeFan911 back in like 2013. It's on PS and still there lol. Fast food prices. Man, I miss $2 meal deals at Taco Bell. Remember when McDonald's had a dollar menu and not a value menu? The word swag. Doesn't it just still mean free? Yes, a company gave me. It used to mean what drip means today, but companies started using it as a buzzword. MCU movies. 10 years ago we were getting fairly consistent bangers. Now we pray for each upcoming release to break the slump and out even the better ones. 10 years ago people were wondering if Guardians of the Galaxy would be Marvel's first failure, and the smart money was it would be. Exactly. 10 years ago we were suspecting where things would fall apart. Now we hope for an above average project every year. My liver apparently edit. Wow. Thanks for the concern. Wasn't expecting that. I know it is only a few people asking, but even so does mean a lot. We never properly appreciate our livers, kidneys, pancreas etc. until they stop doing their jobs.